FTW.
FTW Broadcasting here for the win. We bring you that hot StarCraft 2 action. We're back. My name is Awall, and joining me, as always, is my boy Danny. We are a proud partner with the UEN.com, and the map you're looking at right now, I don't even need to tell you, but it's Metalopolis. My pick is here at the 12 o'clock position, playing as the blue Protoss. Here it goes, McTaz, as. Yeah, you like that. In the 3 o'clock position is Danny's pick, InfectedYOU, with a crazy caps, uppercase, lowercase action. He's green Protoss. We got some nice Protoss on Protoss action, Danny.
Yes, absolutely hot Protoss on Protoss action. I don't think we've done a whole lot of this, and it's going to be nice to see InfectedYOU take out, what was that, some sort of Fred Durst voice you did there? Like,
it was Fred Durst. It was Fred Durst, and I actually forgot to mention this was emailed to us by Jason. So thanks, Jason, for sending this to FTWBroadcasting at gmail.com.
Yes, absolutely. And you also forgot that it is the year 2010 and not the year 1999 when they were relevant, if they could ever be considered relevant.
Sort of.
Look at MC Taz here with that proxy pylon. Like, InfectedYOU had to have seen that. And I don't see how he couldn't have. And, yeah, he did see it go down, so I wonder if he's going to do anything about it. You see a couple of probes heading that way, so they're most likely... He's sending the probes to attack that pylon. Little hot probe action there, and then we got probe-on-probe action here. I don't know, he doesn't get the pylon down fast enough, so in the end I'm going to wonder how effective that's going to be.
Oh man, McTaz just took out one probe, InfectedYOU. I don't really understand this probe violence here.
It's sexy though.
It is. I mean, it's great. Look at this. I mean, this is serious violence. InfectedYOU, his probes are super violent. I think McTaz's are a little bit tougher right now as they're moving in a duo of them to attack. Just swooping in, if you will, a forge and a gateway being thrown down here in the front of the base that are going to attempt a wall off there, no doubt.
Yeah, absolutely. You see that McTaz actually has his forge going, which leads me to believe that he was planning some sort of cannon rush, and there it is. There goes the photon cannon. And these probes from InfectedYOU are flying out here. They have to do something about that photon cannon before it gets out. Luckily, he's got his own forge, so maybe he can get his own cannons. They're going for the pylon instead rather than the photon cannon. I think that's probably the right choice, but there's just another photon cannon going down, so they're probably in he's probably in big trouble. I think this cannon's going to go down. This cannon rush is going to begin. You see McTaz now putting a pylon in InfectedYOU's base. He's going crazy. That photon cannon going nuts on those probes. I don't know what InfectedYOU can do. I'm sure he's got something up his sleeve, though.
God, he's got to. I mean, if this photon cannon takes down InfectedYOU's pylon here, it is going to unpower both that forge and that gateway. He is throwing, InfectedYOU, that is throwing another pylon down, anticipating this. He switched targets with that photon cannon. That was foolish. Well, never mind. He gets to take both things unpowered. Basically, InfectedYOU is helpless, but there goes the other pylon going up. This is some really hot early worker-on-worker action and photon action. I'm digging it.
Yeah, I'd love to see this worker-on-worker. I would be happy if we saw no actual army units built and we just saw probes versus photon cannons. You know, a little almost like a Tower D of sorts. That's what I think high-level play should come into now.
Oh god, look, this is definitely looking like high-level play. InfectedYOU's photon is shooting McTaz's pylon. McTaz's photon is shooting InfectedYOU's gateway. You don't really see this too often, and it appears that InfectedYOU, because his photons are down, he is going to prevent any future photoning happening in his town now. So I suppose we need to be curious to see what McTaz is going to do as we move into the actual game now, as this photon strategy is clearly not going to work anymore.
Yeah, it looks like he does have a gateway down, and he is finally pumping a zealot out as the InfectedYOU zealot comes out. So this photon cannon strategy, while annoying and pretty funny to watch, I don't think it's going to end up working out. He doesn't have a view of that high ground anymore, so now InfectedYOU's photon is going to deal with that. So that was nice placement of his own photon to give him a view of the high ground, but in the end, this is going to all be for naught. He did slow down InfectedYOU, but in the same sense, he slowed himself down. So he doesn't really have an army. InfectedYOU doesn't have much of an army. He's got just that one zealot, and basically the one zealot for McTaz. I don't know where it's going. I guess it's just going for a little walk over here, just hanging out on the other side of the map. He knows where InfectedYOU is, so I don't know what he's doing. Maybe, little calisthenics, keep those, get those legs working before the upgrades come, I suppose.
Yeah, indeed. I'm taking a look at that income tab. You were trying to answer the question, did this really work? And Infected You rocking out the 520 on minerals and 16 harvesters, whereas MC Taz is only in like the 350 range on minerals with the 13 harvesters. So I would say that it wasn't really very effective as far as hitting that economy is concerned. Okay, all of MC Taz's bogus pylons and photons have been destroyed at this point, and it looks to me like Infected You is in a dominant position as far as production is concerned. I mean, he's got 2 gateways here pumping out zealots. I mean, if he moved over sometime soon, he would probably be able to do some serious damage.
Yeah, absolutely, and I hope he does move over because we have that Stargate coming. If we see some warp, we see some void rays come flowing out. Infected You does not have anything to deal with that. He's got only those zealots. So as we see that, he's now got his probe in there checking out. He has seen the Stargate, so he's got to know that he can. He needs to move out. He knows he needs to move out with those zealots. He's moving out right now rather than deal with those void rays that are inevitably coming. Hopefully, he's got his cybernetics core down. He's getting warp gate technology. I hope he puts a few stalkers out. Let's see how he goes with these zealots here rolling right in.
This is a really smart move, critical timing. If that Void Ray can come out, it will murder every one of these zealots. Infected You does have a cyber core, so he will be able to drop some counter stalkers if the time does come around. Immediately spots that starport. He's like, heck nah, zealots doing tons of damage. Will this Void Ray be able to kill these zealots in time? I don't think they will. Zealots do way too much damage. We do have another zealot coming out here from MC Taz. Will it come out in time? I mean, that Void Ray took forever to take that zealot down. He only took 1 down in the time that starport was being hit by these zealots. So, I mean, the Void Ray is going to get free licks, if you will. I overuse that term. And the Void Ray is just going to continue to destroy these Zs. I see another gateway being dropped by MC Taz, being warped in right now. Infected You, though, very smart move, moving his superior force in early game. Now both players are kind of even again, both of them with virtually no forces. MC Taz with the Void Ray easily countered by Stalkers, though. I mean, where do you see this heading?
Yeah, I don't know. What I did not like to see is I was watching that production tab, and the whole time I didn't see anything happening for Infected You, which means he was not keeping up with his macro. He was not pumping out units while he was dealing with that. And that Void Ray is coming, but there are 2 Stalkers that'll deal with that, no problem, I think. Like, as you saw, those Stalkers, or that Void Ray did not deal with those Zealots very good, and there's no way he can deal with those 2 Stalkers. Meanwhile, we see a couple of photon cannons going down for Infected You. I would like to see him put a couple of those by the mineral line to protect his workers from that pesky Void Ray. And meanwhile, I think he needs to keep the pressure on and start forcing his way into Taz's base. While he has the chance, well, he kind of has a little bit of the advantage. With some good micro, he could definitely end this game right here, but it looks like he's deciding to kind of stick it out here, build some more gateways, and get pumping up, going for that 4-gate with those photon cannons. Meanwhile, we see the robotics bay for MC Taz going down. I wouldn't be surprised to see a warp gate out of that for him with a little surprise eyes drop. Or maybe he's just going to go for a couple of immortals. Or who knows? Maybe he's eventually going to put out a Colossi. We do see a Sentry. I did see a Sentry peek on the production tab for a minute there. I think he might have actually canceled it.
One thing that's really surprising me and disappointing me with my pick, MC Taz. He only has 14 probes right now to Infected You's 22. 14, definitely not saturating these minerals like he should be. He needs to be pumping out more workers right now. I mean, just straight up that worker disparity is going to make a huge difference for Infected You. I mean, if you look at just the sheer number of buildings and production facilities that he has, as well as these photon cannons, you can tell, I mean, the economy is really helping him out right now.
Yeah, absolutely. But we do see, like, I'm looking at the production tab again, and we see Infected You with an empty production tab, and that's what you never really want to see. He's just kind of moving his army around. It looks like both players, I think, need to focus on their macro a little bit more. We do see a Nexus going down for MC Taz, a hidden Nexus, but he needs to, I mean, he doesn't even have his main saturated. He doesn't need to be focusing on getting an expansion up, but looks like he is. Hopefully, unless he's planning on pumping out 10 or 15 probes in the near future, I don't know if it's going to be very effective, but I do like the placement, the kind of hiding it, not going to his natural. Well, you don't see a lot of players take advantage of that on this kind of map, mostly because higher level players will scout you, and you don't the secret, the secret doesn't stay secret very long, so you get the natural because you can sort of protect it. It's almost like if you look at McTaz's placement here, I think he might have blocked off his ability to place a Nexus at his natural if you look at the placement of that Cyber Core.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened. McTaz doesn't really look like he's that great at this game. I hate to knock my own pick, but I mean, the dude is kind of screwing up a little bit. InfectedYOU, though, moving in. He's got 4 Stalkers and 4 Zealots here, and we're going to have an altercation. I'm at 420 right now, Danny. These Zealots are moving in. These Stalkers doing a great job of focusing down from McTaz. The dispersion bubble did go up, which did make a huge difference there. Nice focusing by McTaz, not so much on the good focusing by InfectedYOU. He has his Zealots just chilling in the back during that altercation. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, they came in from a proxy pylon over there, was able to warp in additional from InfectedYOU. So that was, I'm sorry, all those initial Zealots died and these reinforcements came in. InfectedYOU's really got McTaz in a bad position right now. Nice micro by McTaz, though. He is surprising me here with his micro skills as he's running these Stalkers back, kind of doing a jig and a shake, trying to do as much damage as possible. However, there's a completely superior number of units here from InfectedYOU. His economy, I mean, is way better, and he's going to be able to reinforce McTaz tapping out there with that altercation. Dane, what do you think overall of this game? I mean, we definitely saw some play that we haven't seen before, I'll say that.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, certainly not the most high-level game, but I think it was a fun little game just to kind of, I'm certainly not the greatest player in the world, and that was just a fun game to just watch. Definitely McTaz focuses more on that, photon rush to win him most of his games. I'm willing to bet he didn't really seem to have a very solid plan afterwards, and you're absolutely right. It was the macro that won it. In that last altercation, InfectedYOU could bring in more units, and McTaz really couldn't. So in the end, in a situation like that of kind of low mid-level play, you end up with more units is the winner.
Yeah, I think that is the case. Honestly, looking at play here, I think InfectedYOU is actually a pretty good player. And if I were to guess, I think that Jason was probably InfectedYOU, considering he won this game. I mean, you don't want to send a replay out of yourself losing. And he actually looked pretty decent. McTaz, I mean, he's awesome. I hope I see another replay from this guy because he's just balls out, all in with the photon rush. That was sick. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you've seen here, you can head on over to our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/FTW Broadcasting. Here in this heart, below the heart, I'm going to have a little blue bar there. You can click on that to check out our channel. Also, you can click in the middle of the heart if you want to go ahead and subscribe. We would really appreciate that. This replay was submitted by one of our fans, so go ahead and kick us a replay if it's interesting at FTWBroadcasting@gmail.com. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for our next cast.